Welcome back to Bears Unleashed. We are so excited to be joined by comedian and actor Rob Schneider. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. You've been in over 50 movies, starred on SNL. You've got a new stand-up special on Netflix. I can keep going. And now you're going to play Dodger Stadium next week. You're a busy man. How are things going?
Yeah, it's a dream to be playing Dodger Stadium, not the parking lot, which is where I'm in the parking lot. They have these car shows. I don't know if you've ever seen what these are. You perform and the audience is in their car.
All right.
And I was like, how do you know if you're getting any laughs? Well, you hear, you know. So.
Maybe it can be like a jazz club. Instead of snapping their fingers, they can like flash their lights at you or something like that. Just come up with a
flash the lights, they honk the horn. I was driving home and I cut somebody off and somebody honked. And I said, oh, he was at the show.
I heard that. Are you a fan of LA teams? Not a fan of LA teams? Where's your...
I'm from San Francisco, so I'm a 49er fan. I can't believe we still lost the Super Bowl. I'm still, you know, whenever we lose the Super Bowl, I can't watch sports for the next 6 months. It's crushing.
Just swear it off.
When we had Kaepernick and we had 4 downs at the 11-yard line. Oh. I'm still recovering from that. There's still, you know, I'm a diehard fan. You got to hurt, you know. The Bears, I know you guys are still living off the fumes of 1986.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. Come on.
It has definitely been a minute since the Super Bowl shuffling days. I'm curious for you, though, maybe with the Chicago connection because of like Second City and all the improv folks that have come through here over the years. In your SNL time, did you have a lot of Chicago-based friends and actors and everything you worked with?
Well, Chris Farley was the hurricane Saturday Night Live. He would always come in. It was like a storm, literally. He'd walk in the room, and you never know what was going to happen. You knew one thing. Something was going to get eaten, something was going to break, and you know you're going to laugh really hard.
How have things been so different for you? Obviously, we talked a little bit about doing the shows in front of cars, people in their cars, but when you get that opportunity to be in front of an audience and they have their masks on, how are you making light of the situation? What is it like for you to sit back and look at this and evaluate the situation and go, wow, like what a year, first of all, 2020 is, and look at what I'm doing?
I know it is. That's a great question. I'm still trying to figure it out. I mean, you have to go back to somewhat normal, but you also have to be respectful for people who are fearful of this. And for a reason, you know, I had it, and I'm not one of those celebrities who's like, you know, feel like Tom Hanks or The Rock going, I had corona. You know, I just remember I felt like I couldn't breathe. That's why I know this thing came from China for sure, because I couldn't breathe. I felt stuffed. I couldn't taste anything, which is exactly how I feel every time I eat Chinese food.
Ah, all right. That explains that. Actually, the name.
It's not scientific at all. But,
very anecdotal, right?
You got to go along with what's happening and see, you know, be respectful to the audience. But also, like, it's been very inconsistent with, like, the CDC. Remember in the very beginning, don't wear masks. You know, Tony Fauci's like, you don't have to wear a mask. It doesn't work. Let's save the masks for the essential workers because it magically works for them. You know, but it doesn't work for you. And then 2 weeks later, you got to wear a mask. Aren't you the guy who said not to wear one? No, that wasn't me. We have you on tape saying it. So it's people are still trying to figure out and get a handle on it. And they get back to normal life. I mean, here I am in downtown Chicago. I'm eating out in the middle of the street like an animal, you know. But it's nice to give you a tent. You got like a little heater. There's a little Italian waiter comes by. Mr. Schneider, with pleasure to have you eating in the middle of the street here in Chicago. I was at Gibson's is nice, you know, it's my favorite steakhouse in the world. We got but we're eating in the street, you know, and but at Chicago always makes do and always makes the most and the best out of any situation. And like even when the police weren't allowed to arrest the looters a few months back, the police were very kind about it. They were like, all right, okay, looters, only 5 looters in a store at the time. We got an active virus. Let's social distance. Looters, please remain at least 2 flat screen TVs apart at all times, you know. So
we're rolling with it.
There were rules, there were guidelines at all times.
And guidelines, right. And it's nice to see, though, that, you know, things are calm and everything's back to normal. If Chicago gets it together like they always do, then I know the world's going to get it together, too.
And we hear your birthday is coming up. Any special plans on Halloween?
Well, I just want to be able to leave my house. That's the big one. I want to be able to go out. I live in Arizona now, and so we got out of the Siberian gulag known as California, and now we're in Arizona, which is like a big, you know, it's a desert. I just moved into. It's beautiful. The only problem is both my children were eaten by scorpions.
Uh-oh.
But other than that, it was fun. Now, what I'm gonna do for my birthday, I said my little kids, they get to pick my outfit, what I'm gonna be. They picked Super Mario, so I'm gonna be dressed as Super Mario, and then I just we're gonna go trick or treating in like our friends' houses. We got like 5 friends, and that's gonna be the Halloween. What about you? What are your plans?
Working. Nothing too exciting, but I appreciate you taking the time to join us today. And make sure you guys go check out Rob this weekend in Schaumburg. Should be a good time. Pleasure having you on. Always funny. Big fan. Well, coming up after our final timeout, we'll get you ready for the Bears and Rams with one final word. Stay with us.